was conceptualized with a very revolutionary vision in mind to bring international and domestic racers to race against each other on home soil. Now, the first season of the Indian Racing League has taken place over the course of 2 weeks at the Madras racetrack, but now it's the very first time that the IRL racers are going to be racing at the Hyderabad street circuit. Let's take a look. After the inaugural IRL race weekend at the Hyderabad street circuit was cancelled due to security reasons, all focus was shifted to the grand finale of this league at India's first street circuit. At 2.83 km in length, this circuit features 17 turns with an interesting mix of slow, medium and high-speed corners designed to encourage more overtakes during the races.
It's a beautiful circuit. It was incredible when it was dry, and even when it's wet, it's still really nice to drive. So really looking forward to it because unfortunately we couldn't get racing in the first round. So we're very excited to race here this weekend.
But what added to the excitement was that it turned out to be the very first time many of the young racers would be driving at a street circuit.
Well, it's my first street track actually I've driven on. I like the layout, I like how technical it is driving-wise, and it provides a great challenge for us.
It's my first street circuit, first time in India, first time in an open cockpit car, like a single-seater. So yeah, it's been interesting.
Love this track, it's really, really cool, it's really fast. Medium to high speed is insane.
So this is my first time out on a street track and made a tiny mistake. It's wet, it's a street circuit, you know, anything's going to cost you so much.
Overtaking in a street circuit is always a risk because yeah, if you overshoot, there's not much space for errors, so the walls are pretty close, but I enjoy that. I love taking the risk and I hope for another good race day. 6 teams representing 6 cities from India with 2 cars and 4 drivers per team make up the series with a total of 24 drivers on the grid. Every team also had 1 female competitor, making the series a gender-neutral one.
No, I've grown up racing with men. It's literally my whole world. I was the dark horse in this motorsport. You know, being a woman in a competitive sport is very difficult at times. But you know, I feel like IRL made sure that we were like a big family. But you know, at the same time, I get to drive with all these amazing drivers like Neil Johnny, Oliver Webb, John Lancaster. You know, we've won 24-hour Le Mans and every series you can think of. And you know, me as a 17-year-old rookie, I learned so much from them.
I think it's a cool new thing to do, you know, a bit of a mix between sprint and endurance racing, and these pretty cool kind of half prototype, half single-seaters. It's great. And even more, I love working with my teammate, Nico Bora, because we've known each other for years, so we're super close.
Coming into the race weekend, Team Blackbirds Hyderabad were the clear favourites, leading from Godspeed Kochi by a very small margin of points. But with the unpredictable weather came some serious, exciting races, one after the other. After a few rolling starts of the feature race, the Godspeed Kochi cars maintained blistering pace in 2nd and 3rd position to clinch IRL's very first team championship, while Akhil Rabindra from the Hyderabad Blackbirds team topped the drivers' standings. Chennai Turbo Riders also had a lot to celebrate as multiple Indian national racing champion Sandeep Kumar, along with his teammate John Lancaster, beat the charging Godspeed Kochi duo in the feature race to become the first winners of IRL's inaugural street circuit race.
If a city had to do it, it's Hyderabad. Coolest city, look at the lake, the whole ambience, and the drivers love it. And this is something which is about an adrenaline rush, and there's nothing that will get your blood pumping like a superb race like this. I hope India has many more, and I'm really glad that this racing league has started. It's a safe way for people to get that wonderful rush of driving fast and being careful when they're actually driving on the streets.
Arman, thanks for joining us. I remember speaking to you guys 4 years ago when this was still a dream to get a street circuit right here in India, and it's finally happened. So what's your take on it?
It's been a long 4 years. I think we've come a long way, obviously, and I mean, who thought, right? Who thought it was possible? And obviously, thanks to the right partners and people who shared the dream and getting the right person on board, we've actually managed to accomplish this. You know, this beautiful 2.83 kilometer street circuit in the heart of Hyderabad. I mean, if you look at the footage, you can see how we go along the lake and then go into the gardens, and it's quite a spectacle, and the drivers really love it. It's quite nerve-wracking, but it's also it's a really thrilling feeling to finally be here.
We were expecting the streets circuit to be fireworks, but what's added to it has been the rain. The circumstances have changed completely. As I was talking to some of the youngsters, they've not even experienced a street circuit, but with rain, things have turned completely. So
yeah, they've really been thrown a curveball here, but it's a great experience, and I think the young guys are doing really well. The young girls and the guys. If you look at the way the qualifying went and the results, it's it's quite mixed, and a lot of people who we didn't expect to be up there are doing really well, no matter what the experience levels are and what their age is. So we have some kids who are 16 years old who are still shining and up the timesheets. So I think what this platform has actually done is help even the inexperienced guys and girls show their skills on an equal platform, and that's what this whole thing is all about. The league is meant to create an equal platform and some good racing. That's why it's a mixed format as well, which builds teamwork rather than motorsport is such an individualistic sport when you're in the car, at least. But here they have to work with their teammates and look at what the best is for the car, which will suit the two of them for that weekend. So I think that's what's really helped them. It's really taught the younger kids to deal with the more experienced drivers as well, and it's helped them learn and adapt and shine bright.
what are we going to see a lot more of these street races in the coming seasons? Because right now we've only seen it at Madras and we've had it here at Hyderabad. So what's the plan?
Obviously, we're looking at the long-term vision, and we want to grow steadily. So which is why we held it at the MRT circuit in Madras, and here the street circuit here. Next year we look to add more weekends. Whether we add more street venues, we'll have to look at that. You look at the economics of it, and obviously it takes a lot more than that. You have to work with the government and the cities, and there are a lot of permissions involved, and obviously it's infrastructure as well. So it takes a lot, but we are working on it. Obviously, this is the proving ground, and since it has been such a success, we will start exploring that in the future. But obviously, we want to build gradually as well.
But given that we are just about 2 months away from Formula E, and it's going to happen at the street circuit right here in Hyderabad, have you been able to, judge what the sentiment of people around here is? Are they more interested in seeing street races right now, or just seeing races over here at the circuit?
I think the whole point of a street circuit is basically taking the sport to the people. When you have a permanent circuit, which is great and which has done a lot of good for the sport, but again, people have to make an effort to go there. Here, we're taking it to the public, right, at the heart of the city, and making a spectacle of it. So, and the response has been really great. It's all about making the sport accessible, and to make it a mainstream sport, you have to make that accessible to everyone and anyone, not just people who are interested in it.
All right, I think you guys have done a great job for the first ever Hyderabad street circuit. I think the drivers love it. We are enjoying watching it. So congratulations, and we hope to see more.
Thank you so much.